All right, welcome to Yin Yoga, Yin Yang Yoga, whatever it turns out to be. Let's make sure we have a strap handy tonight, a couple of blocks, bolster and blanket, all the usual suspects. We're going to particularly get into some twisting tonight, and the good thing about twisting is we were designed to twist. That's our default anatomical design to twist. So we're born to turn, we're born to cross hand towards foot, etc. So we're born to do a lot of twisting. So taking care of those twisting muscles really, really important. And as we age, particularly, those muscles can get a little bit stiff, tight, a little bit of atrophy setting in because we tend not to, it's called the forgotten direction of the body. Twisting is the forgotten dimension. We do forward folds, back bends, side bends, but twisting tends to be left out of the equation. So we're going to start in Vajrasana, kneeling position, hips elevated. You don't have to elevate the hips. I find it more comfortable, takes a little bit of pressure off the knees. I tend to sit on a block on the edge like that. Some people will have two blocks stacked on top of each other. And if your knees are okay, you can come right down onto your heels if you like. So you decide what's appropriate for your body. And we're remembering to have this compassion towards the body. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring that right shoulder back, right hand behind the back, coming into a thoracic twist. Grip the waistline of your pants with that right hand, or grip the block behind you. Keep the chin over the chest. So we never initiate the twist from the neck. We want the neck to feel very stable. Let that strong scapular muscle at the back, bring that right shoulder back, feeling the stretch right across the front of the shoulder here and the pectoral muscle. And then bring the left hand across the body. Left hand grabs that right leg, and I'm mirroring you, so that's why I'm doing it backwards. Shoulders roll down, back and down, and sit up tall. So we keep the central axis of the spine as long as we can. Inhale, press down through the sit bones. Exhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders and turn the head to the left. So the head comes into the opposite direction. And for the vertebra, that should feel comfortable when we create that helix-like double twist. Let the breath settle. And explore this double twist for a moment as you breathe. Remembering the verticality of the body, the height of the body is as important as the twist. So keep looking for the height. Right shoulder keeps coming back. There's a constant remembering to bring that right shoulder back. And there's a remembering to keep the chin away from the chest, not looking down. You come into the second meditation of breath. slow breath. Sometimes closing the eyes can help the introspection. And then a very gentle release, so the hands begin to loosen the grip. Let the shoulder come back first and the head last. And notice which parts of the body are impacted by the twist, where the sensations linger after you've let the twist go. Exhale, come to the other side. So bringing the left hand back, left shoulder back, sitting up nice and tall. I find it's easy to lift the tailbone here, so create a slight tucking of the tailbone so you're not overarching the back, not creating that extra arch in the low back. So there's a very slight abdominal engagement here. Now let's fine-tune the twist. Let's start with the left hip, bringing it back a bit. Good. And feel the right hip come forward. And keep that tailbone stable, low back stable. Now bring your attention to the left shoulder blade. It comes towards the spine, the left shoulder comes back a little more. And the right shoulder comes forward. And now we turn the head to the right, chin away from the chest. And notice how that frees up the neck. Shoulders roll back and down. So what are we remembering here? We're remembering verticality. Inhale, push the sit bones down. Exhale, lift the crown of the head up. We're remembering that left shoulder is vigilantly trying to come back. And the right chin always moving further to the right, as long as we're not straining anything. And then, of course, the breath. Exhale, release, unwind. And for this next shape, let's have the strap handy. Release the legs. Stay on the block or whatever you're sitting on for that height. Extend the legs out, toes curled back, strap handy. And bring that left knee underneath, left foot's on the right side of the body. So you should be able to look down and see your right foot. Rub your knuckles into the arch and say hello, right foot. I'm not mirroring you this time, so it's going to look the opposite to what you're doing. And then the left knee comes over the right knee into shoelace. And take your strap and strap up that right foot. So the strap is around the right foot. Walk the right foot back a little more, tightening the shoelace. And then sweep the the right hand around behind you and grab the strap behind your back. So the right hand is pulling the strap, pulling the right foot back. So there's a twist with that right shoulder pulling back. There's so many rights and lefts here, I couldn't mirror you and get away with it. Now let's work on verticality, sitting up nice and tall. Head stacks over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Notice how that feels on the knees. Closing the eyes for a little introspection of sensation. Verticality, check. Sitting up tall. Left hand crosses over to the right knee, so supporting the twist. Right shoulder comes back a little more. Chin over chest. If the tailbone is lifting too much and you've got too much back bend, slightly tuck the tailbone so you brace the abdominals just a little bit, not too much, because we don't want to round, and then turn the head to the left. Once again, coming into that double twist. Work on that right shoulder coming back. Left hand bracing against the right thigh to support the extra twist. Sit up tall, and now see if that sitting up tall allows the head to turn more to the left. Always working in the pain-free range of motion. So if anything starts to get too uncomfortable, reduce the intensity either of the twist in the neck or the shoulder. 3 more breaths. Oh, gently release. Unwind, allow the body to sit there and reverberate, echo out the pose. And notice where you feel the sensations. Thighs, shoulder, neck. Extend the legs, give the legs a little extension, release. And then bring the right foot underneath. Massage the bottom of the right foot with the left hand. So you've really got it on that right side, left side. And then bring the left knee over the top. Establish your seat. So the reason we sit up a little higher is it keeps the posture. If we're sitting down between the feet, often we have to pay a price with our posture. There's a rounding of the spine to compensate. Strap up that left foot. Bring the strap behind your back. Left hand is going to grab that strap, pull that left foot back, which brings the left shoulder back, which brings the left hip back, which brings the right shoulder forward, and my left hand can walk down the strap more. So each inch of twist I gain, the left hand eats up the strap. The right hand can press against that left thigh for leverage, chin over chest, no pressure on the neck. think of verticality, which means relaxing the shoulders. Tight shoulders are going to hold you down. Relax the shoulders and feel the crown of the head lift up. When we relax the shoulders, it's like a helium balloon wants to lift up out of the head. The tight shoulders hold that helium balloon down. Keep the attention on that left shoulder back as you turn the head to the right. And relax those shoulders again. Chin over the chest. So let the meditation be on the shoulders relaxing this time, the crown of the head lifting and turning. And I like how everybody's just working appropriately at the level of sensation, not forcing anything. That's how your Yin Yoga will open the body. Over time, with patience, with gentleness, compassion. 3 more breaths. Slow release, slow release. Come out gently. All right, I'm going to recommend a blanket for the next shape, our traditional trifold, the burrito fold. So it's going to elevate the pelvis not as high as a block. So removing the block, keep the strap handy. And then sitting on the edge of the blanket, into Dragonfly pose. So the sit bones are right on the edge of the blanket, slightly creating a forward tilt in the pelvis. Drive out through the heel bones and feel that delicious stretch in the back of the legs. In fact, I'm going to do this one a little differently from how I normally do it. Have your blocks handy. If you don't have blocks, a little cushion or a rolled up towel will be fine. Have your strap handy. And then bend the right foot so that the right foot comes in towards the extended left foot, so half dragonfly. And then I'm gonna, unless you have really mobile forward flexion with loose hamstrings, I'm going to ask you to take your block and slightly prop up the knee. So there's a slight knee bend. Now that could be a blanket or a pillow. So the knee is elevated slightly but resting on something. And then take your strap and strap up that foot. Scoop the flesh from the left side of the belly and bring the rib cage down. And because the knee is slightly elevated, we can really bring the toes back and get quite a stretch here. In this area in the right side of the low back by bringing the right hand towards the left toes. Now it might be holding the strap, it might be hand to toes. but you're just feeling that initial stretch. And the reason I like the knee bended is it gives you a real deeper sense of that forward bend, of how much you can walk that hand towards the foot and bring the head towards the knee. Like I said, if you don't need the block and can do that, that's fine. But I want you to get that real sense of forward fold, closing the space between the chest cavity and the thigh. The deeper the knee bend, the more you'll feel this. And then try to use the breath, the inhale, to stretch the right low back. So you feel those muscles lengthening. And we can say this is a slight twist. It's not a big twist, but it's a slight twist. Can you walk the hands further? Can you pull against the foot and pull your rib cage down closer? And then slowly walk the hands back. Keep the strap around the foot. Now bring both ends of the strap into the right hand and lift the right elbow up and look up towards the sky. So yeah, that's it. Right hand grabs the strap. Reach that left hand down towards the extended foot. Once again, with the knee bent, you can really bring the rib cage nice and close. Beautiful. And then gently come up. So we're getting more twists involved. Now, to come into the deepest form of this twist, take the left hand under the strap and grab the right knee. So you've crossed left hand across the body. So now we're really feeling a different kind of twist. The left shoulder's coming forward, and then you lift that elbow up over the head. So you've got neck twisting, you've got left shoulder forward, right shoulder lifting, and you've got a lateral flexion towards that left knee. And this is where your hand starts to gobble up the strap. Your hand starts to walk towards that extended foot. So your rib cage comes down towards that extended leg. Now normally if we don't have the knee lifted, we're going to be up a lot higher. This gives a real closing of the rib cage, a real sense of what this might feel like when the ribs are against that thigh. Three more breaths here. Very gently, very slowly release. Come up very slowly. Take your time. Remove the block. Remove the strap. And sigh. That alters the mind space as well as the body space. Oh, let's start with Dragonfly and then bending left knee. Reposition the hips so you get that nice forward tilt. This side, for those who are using the elevation of the knee, bring your prop under the knee. And then strap up that right foot. Scooping the flesh from the right side of the belly, you can start to move down towards that right foot. And with great tenderness, awareness, compassion for the body, just make your way. If you're feeling any tightness, that left hand is doing the reaching to get that first twist in the body. Just allowing the sensations to wake up in the left low back. And you might be asymmetrical. You might find a different range of motion on this side. That's okay. And slowly, slowly you gain a little more territory as you come further forward. You might even do away with the strap if you've got hold of the foot with that left hand. You start to feel the connection between the rib cage and the thigh. That's a great feeling in a forward bend. You might even feel the nose against your knee. If you need to bring a block at the base of the foot because your reach goes beyond the foot, you can bring a block and let the hand go beyond the block. Breathe, let the breath help here. A deeper breath is going to add more sensation to the stretch. And even though the knee is bent, you should be feeling the hamstring here. And then slowly walk the hands back, taking your time, gently coming up. I'm seeing stars. And let's bring that left hand onto both ends of the strap and just have a peek up there under your left elbow towards the ceiling. So you're feeling a different kind of twist. Left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Push out through that left heel. You can extend the right hand towards the foot and gobble up the strap as you lean towards that right extended leg. So plenty of twist here. Giving those hands time to move closer towards that right foot. Maybe feeling contact with the rib cage against the thigh or not. Some of you might have your right ear on the knee. And once again, on the release, taking your time, always a gentle return, no rush. Now I find this particular pose one of the more challenging poses in my practice, but I feel great for days afterwards. All right, here we take both ends of the strap once again into that left hand, cross the right hand underneath and find that left knee. So we feel that contradictory twist. Right shoulder's coming forward and the left shoulder is trapped a little bit forward with that strap connection. Lift the elbow once again and using the connection with that right hand to the knee as your reference point to walk the left hand down the strap, chewing up the distance between the hand and the toes on that right foot. And finding the edge where you feel, okay, that's a good stopping point. I'm going to pull into this truck stop in and take a little cup of tea, regather. When you've had your cup of tea, you can travel further down the pike. Starting to feel contact between the ribs and the thigh, and a lot of sensation on the stretched outside, that distant rib cage. Now, of course, the other way to increase the sensation is to increase the breath, using the lungs to do their part in this stretch. For 3, 2, and slowly come up. All right. Time for the back. Time for the back. Let's see what we can do with the body coming down. Let's start with feet flat on the floor. You decide if you want something under the head for support. And this is a moment of stock taking. We're simply taking stock of what's just happened. A lot's just happened in the hips, rib cage, thighs, low back, neck, shoulder, you name it. So bring the feet back towards the hips, flat on the floor, knees together, teepee pose. So this is a safe, constructive pose to support the low back. So we can take stock, tune in, check in. How's the back? How's the hips? How's the ribs, the shoulders? Exhale the head to the left. How's the neck? Inhale the head to neutral. Exhale the head to the right. How's the neck on the right side? Inhale the head to neutral. And then bring the feet together, knees out, butterfly pose. Feel the low back arching, so changing the spinal orientation, arching low back, stretching abdominals, opening the hips. Noticing how that feels after revolved head to knee. notice if you feel longer in the spine in this shape. How does the length of your body feel after all that twisting? Do you feel taller? Exhale, slowly bring the knees up and have the feet on the edges of your mat. So the knees are wide. And all you're going to do is windshield wiper the knees from side to side, creating a little dynamic twist. The next time the knees come to the left, pause. Now take the left foot and rest it on top of the right knee. So the left foot starts to pull that right knee down. Reach the right arm up over the head. Stretch. Turn the head to the right. Just feeling the amazing ability of this spine to turn, twist in so many different ways. A+ to those engineers who designed the human body. Inhale the head to neutral. Release the left foot. Gently bring the knees up and slowly to the other side. Windshield wiping the knees left and right again. The next time the knees come to the right, pause. Take the weight of the right foot down onto the left thigh, if that's appropriate. Push it down. Reach the left hand above the head and turn the head to the left. Inhale, gently come back onto the back and cross the left knee over the right knee. So most of you are familiar with this as my shin flopping motion. You can flop the shin a bit so you are connecting knee over knee. And then pause, push down with the right foot, elevate the hips, twist the hips to the left, drop the knees to the left, come down onto the hips. So the left leg is pulling the right knee down. Reach the right hand over the head. And then exhale, lift the head up. The right hand comes up. Lift up your right foot and right hand grabs the right foot, right ankle. So your right hand has grabbed the right foot and you're going to lay back down. Hold on to that right foot. If you need a strap to stay connected to that right foot, use a strap. Otherwise, right hand just holds it there. Quadricep stretch. Abdominal stretch on the right side. Exhale, lift the head again. Don't let go of the foot. Now, lift that left leg up into the air and reach up and grab the left leg. So you're holding the right foot and the left leg. And then release everything. Release everything. Come onto your back, straighten the legs, let go. And bend the knees. This time bring the right knee over the left knee with a little flop. Stop the flop. Push down through the left foot. Elevate the hips. Tilt the pelvis to the right, knees to the right. Oh. And reach the left hand over the head. Exhale, swing that left arm up, lift the head up, lift the left foot up, grab that left foot, left ankle. Use a strap if you need to, and then lay back down. Whew. Exhale, lift the head, lift that right leg, climb up that right leg. Keep holding the left foot. Bring the head to the knee if you can. Exhale, gently release. I'm going to recommend, if you have a bolster handy or a cushion, that you grab it. Lift the pelvis and bring the hips onto the bolster or the cushion or a rolled up blanket. If your head is on a cushion, lower the head down by unpacking the blanket or towel, or come off the cushion altogether. So we don't want the head elevated when the hips are elevated. Grab your strap and bring the left foot into the strap. Straighten the left leg, straighten the right leg. Just feel that stretch in the back of the leg. Add some weight to the straps so the weight of the arms is pulling the strap against the bottom of the foot, pressing down through the bones of the leg. So we want that kind of compression to build bone density. Still stretching through the back of the leg by curling the toes back. Now soften the left knee and pull the foot down like you're pulling a balloon down from the sky. So the bottom of the foot's still oriented towards the ceiling. The left knee is bent. Some of you will manage to wrap the fingers of the left hand around the edge of the foot onto the bottom of the foot, keeping that bottom of the foot oriented to the ceiling. So you're either holding a strap or the outer edge of the foot. Now see if you can scoop any flesh from the left side of the belly out of the way so that left thigh can come down past the rib cage. So you might have that left knee close to the floor, feeling the incredible strength of the hamstring here as you pull down on that foot. Keep the right leg extended. If your arm gets tired at all, rest and then come back. How's the breath? This is a great pose for developing grip strength. You might even feel it in the hands and the forearms as you're holding that foot. This is a serious amount of pressure being applied to the foot, the leg, these tiny grip muscles working hard. Good news. To strengthen your grip, according to the data, adds years to your life. Yep, there it is. Strong grip equals longevity. How's that for a study? Apparently it's true. So work on your grip. Add years to your life. Oh, sounds like a car slogan. All right, let's release that left leg. Just bring it down for a moment and, rest that left leg. Whew. How's that left wrist too, that grip? So we've added about 3 seconds to your life now. Let's see if we can make it 6 seconds. Lift that right foot into the strap. Right leg extended, toes curled back. And just let the weight of the arms pull down against the arch or the ball of the foot. So you're compressing the bone. You making those bones come alive with density and a lot of sensation here. Left leg extended, so we really give that left hip flexor plenty of stretch. Never overdoing it. If it gets too much, you have great compassion for the body and back off a little bit. We're really trying to help the body here, not injure it. All right, slight bend in the knee. Pull that foot down like you're lowering a balloon. And then the right hand can take over both ends of the strap, or wrapping the fingers around the edge of the foot. If there's any flesh in the way on the right side, you can scoop it out so that right thigh can nestle down beside the ribs rather than onto them. So it's a wide stance, big hip opener, half happy baby, wind reliever pose, whatever you need to call it. Excellent. Now remember, your grip strength is going to be tested here. A lot of sensation in the legs in this. Love the foot position. Everyone's got nice foot position. Excellent. Let's do 5 more breaths here. If you want to go for a little more grip strength, pull down on that foot. When you've completed your 5th breath, release foot or strap, or both. Bend both knees, remove the bolster and push it under the thighs, and relax into Shavasana. Let the silence of the body take over. If your Shavasana calls you to stay Stay as long as you like. If you're ready to transition, allow the body to start to stretch or move. Rolling to one side as a transition to make your way to a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Namaste. Thank you so much. That was great.